Welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy, and I'm standing here with Dave Coel, and we're behind the scenes of the Avenue of Flags. The Avenue of Flags is a unique thing that the Detroit Lakes area does during Memorial Day and Veterans Day. And if you haven't seen it, you must come out to Oak Grove Cemetery and take in the awesome sight of all those flags unfurling. Well, Dave, you're the coordinator of the Avenue of Flags, I understand, for the last couple of years anyway.
That's true, yeah.
All right.
Just a meeting or something.
And where are we standing right now?
Right now we're in our original building that we had built through the Cemetary Association. And this is our flag housing area. We used to put everything in here, but the poles got to be quite extensive, and they tear up the flags, they catch the bottoms of the flags, and so we decided to add to it a little bit, get the pole trailers out of here. So there's quite a number of flags in here.
All right, so I understand that you built a new building.
Well, we added on to this one another 32 feet.
All right. So. And one of the things about the Avenue of Flags is that it's just a great community effort. You know, you're the coordinator, the director, but there are lots of people working behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely. I think between the American Legion and VFW and other people that not only help put the flags up, but guard the flags as well, it's been phenomenal. Frazee wrestling team has been here, I can't even tell you how many years, to help put them up and take them down, which is a massive effort, especially when they're wet.
Mm-hmm.
But,
so tell us a little bit about the process now. It's just a few days before you're putting up the flags, and you've got all the flags hung very nice, and I see that you're getting some of the poles ready. What do you do in preparation, now the few days before you put up the flags?
Well, primarily the pole trailers will go out first and lay the poles off by the holes. And then while that's in progress, the flags will be taken down and loaded into back of pickup trucks and followed around. And they actually lift the poles up, mount the flags on, and put them up and then send them right back in the hole. So they stay right there for 4 days anyhow.
Okay.
So.
All right, and I know that you had mentioned that the Frazee wrestling team helps put up the flags. And now, how long has the Avenue of Flags been up and running?
Well, we're in our 18th year now, so we started in 1990. Suggestion by one of the joint members of both American Legion and VFW, Herschel Koenig, brought it in from, I believe, Blue Earth, Minnesota. It's the only other place he'd seen it.
Okay.
And as far as I know, we are the only two places that do it.
All right.
So.
And let's talk a little bit about the flags, these flags that we have here. How many flags do we have that are in?
There's 715, plus I have a cabinet with some spares in it in case something happens to them. So. But there's 715 of them hanging in here, as well as our service flags, POW, state of Minnesota, obviously. But the flags themselves, and a lot of people don't realize that they're made of cotton, and they are not made to fly. They're made to drape a casket. The families of the deceased have donated these flags off of their casket and trusted us with them. So that's why we want to fly them for a short period of time. And the racking system allows them to dry, to hang straight down and dry, which cuts the mold problem down and everything. So works pretty good that way. Just a little bit dangerous for us old people to be up there taking them apart. So.
All right, so you said you have, 700 flags, over 700 flags.
Yes.
And do you continually get donations?
All the time. We got, as far as I know, 5 more in, but we had to cut it off to get the flagpole markers made and the signs on the wall made up. So we cut off on 30 April. But those flags that are coming in now will be flown November 11th on Veterans Day. So.
Okay. All right. And let's talk a little bit about, the process of putting up the flags. Now, the Frazee wrestling team helps out, and you said, if they wouldn't help, it would take you 3 times as long to put them up. So how long does it take to put up 700 flags?
Well, it'll take, if we, the veterans, were to do it, at least 6.5 hours. go with the Frazee wrestling team. One of the problems we have is slowing them down because they're highly competitive, which I'm sure their coach wants them to be.
Do they wrestle around a little bit while they're doing it?
No, actually, they're very serious about it. They're very careful with the flags. They don't let them touch the ground. They're really respectable. So we really appreciate them, but they really move out. They're done in about 2 hours or less.
So, you said they're very careful with the flag. Is there a certain way that they need to be put up? I mean, to hold them, and they can't touch the ground, obviously? And
Can't touch the ground is one, but the other thing is the buntings. I don't know if you could see up there, but it's probably on that one. See how the bunting is across the top?
Yeah.
They want to keep that straight. Otherwise, the flag has a twist in it, and that causes more damage to the flag than anything. So there's some care they have to take in putting them up. But they're real good at it.
All right. Well, I'm here with Dave Cowell, behind the scenes of the Avenue of Flags here in Detroit Lakes at Oak Grove Cemetery. And we're going to take a quick break and be back with more Hometown Happenings after this. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here with Dave Cowell. We're at the Oak Grove Cemetery, behind the scenes of the Avenue of Flags here in Detroit Lakes. And Dave, tell us a little bit about, the actual putting in the poles. Let's talk about the poles. Each pole has a name on it, I understand?
Yes. Due to some limitations, we've combined names now, so you'll see there are 5 names on this pole, and they're all Olsons in this particular case.
Okay. All right, so these are the folks that have donated the flags.
Yeah.
All right, and those poles go into these little thingies.
Yeah,
What do you call that? A cylinder?
Actually, it's a base, and we set it in, we drill a big hole, fill it with rock and concrete, set this in there, and then we cap it off so it doesn't get full of stuff. And I'd like to talk about that.
Okay, all right.
The caps that we used to use are made of plastic with concrete in them and a little metal cap on it, and it fits like that.
For the winter months, and when they're not
all year, actually.
Okay.
They're in year-round. The problem we had with these is the screws that are set into the concrete let go, and then the plastic drops down inside, and we can't use the hole again. So by the grace of BTD, I took one of these to them and said, we have a problem. Can you use some of your scrap to fix it? And they certainly did. And we're so very grateful. BTD made us a brand new cap, all metal. Not only that, but they had it zinc coated as well.
That's kind of sassy looking.
And it sits right in there.
Wow.
And it's actually heavier than this, so the lawnmowers won't pull them out. And we can find them a lot easier because we're looking for the same thing all the time.
Okay.
But I'm very grateful for BTD to making these for us. It just saves us a whole lot of problems.
And they donated those too?
They donated the entire thing. And I don't think they used scrap. I think they used new stuff.
That's good metal. All right. Well, the Avenue of Flags, of course, will be, you're putting up the flags the Friday before Memorial Day.
Yes.
All right. And they will stay up until?
The Tuesday following Memorial Day.
Okay,
then we'll take them down that afternoon.
Okay. And then again, they will be up for Veterans Day in
November. Not all of them. We fly a limited number, depending upon the snow load and what we have to look forward to.
And Dave, what happens, obviously, because these flags are cotton, they get old, and you have to retire the flags. What happens to those when they?
Well, they have to be burned, actually. So we destroy them as per flag etiquette. They have to be burned. Some say with ceremony, others say without ceremony. And we've had to destroy a lot.
All right. Well, Dave Cowell, thank you so much. It's been an interesting day here, checking out the behind the scenes of the Avenue of Flags. A lot of things I didn't know, and hopefully people will see those flags unfurling and know a little bit more behind the story of the flags.
It's our little outside cathedral is what we call it. So.
That's right. Well, thank you.
Come on, enjoy. Just don't run over our pole.
All right. Thanks so much for being on Hometown Happenings.
Thank you very much.
And for TV3, I'm Carol McCarthy.